This is Perigaea Tarot. I'm here to do your daily reading for you. And today we're going to be asking the universe, what advice does the divine have for you? And also I'm going to be asking a few questions about your person, trying to find out how does your person feel about you right now? And what is going on? What should your focus and priorities be right now in relationship to love? So universe, I just ask, what is coming up for my Virgos in love? What advice do you have for them? And what guidance and advice for their focus can you give to them today? So what I'm feeling right now is a strong message of non-resistance. That right now you need to not be trying, pushing, striving, efforting. You need to just relax. That you're in a phase right now where what will benefit you most is just letting go and being at peace as much as you can, enjoying yourself. It's almost like a manifestation phase, you know, where you're just supposed to let go and be and just be happy. Just keep yourself in as much of a positive place as you can. Keep yourself in as much of a happy vibration. Do nice things. Go out, enjoy the weather. Go for nice walks. Get yourself little treats here and there. You know, like Agent Cooper said, every day, give yourself a treat. Don't plan it. Just when it comes, let it happen. So, let's see. So yeah, I'm almost feeling like right now, just don't even think too hard or try too hard. Yeah, just be in that Fool energy of just basking in the sun and being in the present moment, you know, and counting the blessings. Even though this little rose in the hand of the Fool is a tiny little rose, just a little rosebud, you know, just being grateful for its fragrance and, you know, basking in the beauty all around you and just being in your body and keeping your emotions as pleasant and positive as you can. That is going to serve you the most right now, Virgos. Alrighty, one more shuffle. What is coming in for my Virgos? What is coming in for my Virgos? Oh goodness, yes. Yes. So this right now, I'm sensing that there are big changes coming, goodness, with the Wheel of Fortune and the World here, but they're both in reverse. So I feel like what this is saying is that just be happy while this big transition is coming in. I feel like that's what this is that this transition, the transition that you want, you know, and you know, just as a reminder, not all transitions are easy in the process, but there is a transition to a new phase of life, into new events, into a new cycle. And I'm seeing, you know, here that with both of these cards that speak of that subject, and they're both major arcana, that it's a big shift and that it's a wanted shift that's going to make you very happy because the sun is here. But I feel like what this is saying is don't be resistant to it by digging in your heels. You know, maybe, I know that as a Virgo myself, Virgos can have a tendency to think, okay, if I want to fix something, I have to micromanage it, and I have to push, and I have to make a list, and I have to figure it out, and then I have to perfectly control my behavior, and I have to like do this and this and this, and then check them all off the list, and I have to, that, you know, don't do that. Don't do that. Just be carefree. Like the child in the sun card. Just bask in the beauty and the warmth of the sun and of nature and be in the present moment. And that is what will allow these to shift into the upright. For now, though, that is... Universe, what is coming up for my Virgos? Interesting. Okay, well, we'll go through all of this in a second. What is coming up for my Virgos? Oh. Yes, okay. Interesting. Okay. Yes. Okay. Oh, I forgot I was on camera and I started humming and to myself. Okay. Interesting. Oh, one last card here. Oh, looks like there's two. Actually, that, oh, you know what? I'm just going to shuffle again. I am confused on which one I'm supposed to take. What is one last card? Oh, wow. Okay, great. Okay. So underneath the deck, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse to the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This could be you being in a situation where, I feel like this is a mixture of not only your situation, but also, you know, pertaining to you, but also pertaining to a relationship with this person. With the Page of Swords, there certainly could be somebody who's been keeping their eye on you. And with the Nine of Pentacles, I'm sensing that this is you coming out of a state of, I suppose, financial neediness, financial dependence, or, you know, maybe financial status where that eventually results in neediness with someone because you don't feel that strength to stand on your own, maybe. But this is you coming out of that. I'd say that you're manifesting that. Yeah, with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse here, there could be a situation with somebody that is relevant to finances with a significant other, where you've spoken to this person and there's a potential here for you to get sucked into feelings of disappointment. Maybe that person did not reply to your message, or something like that is going on, and that it would be all too easy for you to spiral into thinking about that and focusing on that, and then anticipating and creating this energy of profound disappointment. But that's literally creating, you know, that outcome. It's projecting it and then it's stepping into it. So I feel like what the universe is saying is, let go, stop focusing on it, because that there's a tendency there to create it. Yeah, with the Hierophant in the reverse, this could be somebody that you had a relationship with, maybe an ex or somebody where the status of what's going on between you is sort of in question. And with the Hierophant in the reverse, this could be you feeling like you are almost in a place of losing faith. You know what I'm sensing here is the energy of somebody who is so used to rejection that it's easier for them to just try to project it rather than opening their heart and engaging with a situation and really feeling it and experiencing it. They project that they're going to be rejected ahead of time. And so then they just assume rejection so that they can get themselves through the process of dealing with the rejection, you know, so that they can minimize the pain and protect their ego and protect themselves as much as they can. And this is the universe kind of saying, okay, well then, you know what you need to do? You need to let it go for now because you're sabotaging this for yourself. Yeah, because it's about fear of damage to the ego. It's about fear of, it's about fear of calamity. Also, you could have been dealing with someone in the past who had a tendency to be maybe a bit cruel or cold. Maybe just a bit maneuvering in the way that they dealt with you rather than sensitive, not as sensitive as they should have been. Or maybe even somebody who, I'm looking at the look on this person's face, was gratified by causing chaos in other people's lives because it was a way for them to externalize it into somebody else's life. I'm not sensing that this person is necessarily like a huge devil and that they're terrible, but you know, that can also, though it's not good for you, that is also a defense mechanism that people can engage in, that maybe they don't have the worst heart in the world, but they themselves are engaging in defensiveness. So, you know, when two people come together who both have issues like that, you know, it's best for them to, you know, they need to, if they want something to work out with each other, then they need to do the best that they can to not step into those old bondages of basically assuming rejection. So with the Page of Cups here, though, I am seeing, I'd say that on both sides, there's a desire to reach out, not in a big demonstrative way, but just, you know, in a simple new beginning, you know, hopeful, innocent kind of way of like, I'm sensing a lot of inner child here too. I think that these are two people that are drawing close to each other, that are sort of touching the hot flame of potential true intimacy. And they're getting closer, they're kind of dancing around it you know, because it's scary. And, you know, they're finding the courage to, you know, touch each other, to touch that, you know, to get closer to it, maybe touch it a little bit and then back off and then, you know, go back and, you know, behind their shell, and then they get the courage to come back out again. It's like two people sort of moving, you know, drawn towards each other like planets. Or that's not the best, but anyways, I think you take my meaning. So yeah, I'm sensing that this is a situation where two people love each other and that they're drawing together in a truly deep way. You know, when each person's inner child can find a safe space with someone, that's when real love and intimacy can happen, like the kind that can last for the rest of your life. So, let's see. We've got the Sun here to the Empress in the reverse. So what I'm seeing here is that, again, because the Empress is here, it speaks of the potential for you to manifest everything you desire. But you need to feel that it's here. You need to experience it being here right now in the moment. And so to get yourself there, you need to just start by just basking in the pleasure, in the havingness, you know, of experiencing havingness and selfhood, you know, and allowing yourself to take up space and to succeed right here and right now in this moment. And though it starts out as the baby, it will evolve into the Empress through manifestation. With the King of Wands, this is our only court card for... Actually, no, we do have the Knight of Cups here, but this is our only king. So what I'm sensing here is that you could be involved with a fire sign or a water sign as well. We also have air sign as well, but you could be involved with someone who is not taking action towards you at the moment. I'm sensing there's congestion and confusion and just emotional upheaval that is kind of pushing both people in, you know, keeping them guarded, and they're just not reaching out right now is what I'm sensing. But with the Wheel of Fortune, this is saying now is not the time. It's, you know, it doesn't mean that it's going to be forever. It doesn't mean it's going to be a year or 6 months, but I'm sensing that this is just saying now is not the time. Just don't push in. Just be at peace. And with the World in the reverse and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse here, I'm also sensing that this is the universe letting you know that there is a connection between your emotional feelings and your financial circumstances, which makes perfect sense, because if you're allowing emotional things, if you're allowing romantic things to draw you into a feeling of desolation and absolute disappointment, well, that vibration and frequency will translate into every part of your life. And I'm sure that it will affect your thoughts in relationship to what you have financially. So I feel like this is the universe saying, you know, don't do this, don't go into this place of decimation and depression, not only for the sake of the potential relationship, but also for the sake of your own stability and of your own desire to manifest the things that you want. Because I would say that even could be causing, you know, delays when you allow yourself to go into that energy of just like, you know, rejection or something like that, where you're assuming that the person doesn't want you. Yeah, right here with the Nine of Cups in the reverse and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. You know, it's almost like when this person doesn't come in or doesn't do what you're expecting, you go into this energy of just like absolute letdown and huge disappointment. And the universe wants you to know that that is not good for you. Not just in terms of the relationship, because it's like you are anticipating and manifesting rejection by projecting it, you know, yourself with your own emotions and into the situation. And so you need to just, and that it can have an effect on your life in, you know, holistically, not just, you know, your present feelings. So what the universe is saying is drop it and take a break from it, rest, Just keep yourself, and it's, you know, the law of attraction too has a lot to do with just your body, how you actually feel. You know, emotions are, they're physical. It's a physical function. And it's heavily affected by what's going on with your body. If you're overtaxed, you know, if you're stressed, you know, anything like that. So it's saying, just let it go and just keep things light, keep it pleasant. And this is the thing that's going to serve you the best in your romantic life right now. Yeah. With the two, and yeah, it's kind of like with the Two of Pentacles, there's this energy of being indecisive. Am I going to succeed or am I going to fail? You know, it's like it's like this constant confusion in terms of your intention towards the universe, because you're sort of teeter-tottering between like, am I going to be am I going to live happily ever after, or am I going to die in a ditch? Yeah, you know, like, or am I gonna, you know, just absolutely crumble into pieces and you know, and just die in the most horrible way? You know, it's like you need, you know, it confuses the subconscious. And so, you know, when you're trying to manifest, you know, so basically you need to come out of this energy of like confusing your system, confusing your subconscious with different outcomes, and decide, this is what I want and this is what I'm gonna allow to happen. And when you do that, that's when you will, it will be in your hand. The thing that you want, this wand, will be in your hand. So let me see if there's any oracle messages for you guys from this deck. This is a pretty good one for that kind of stuff. A fiery climax approaches. Ew. So you definitely could be dealing with a fire sign. And we have Aries here as well, but it could be any fire sign or any sign really. So this is saying that if you will just back off and leave the relationship alone and not act needy and not think about it, because, you know, I'm pretty, you know, people can feel our energies even when we're not aware, or even if we're not messaging them. It's like they can feel neediness. You know, when you're connected to someone through affection and relationship, there is a psychic connection there, and you can feel them, then they can feel you. And so if you're obsessing over somebody and putting weird kind of pressure on them, they're going to feel it. So I feel like what this is saying is that if you can just back off and let it be and let it alone, it's going to come to a climax and it's going to be what you want. And do we have another message? Okay. Oh. Don't let your past hold you back. Exactly. So this is about the South Node in astrology is about past life. You know, basically it's kind of everything in this world and in this life that we are carrying from a past life, or from, you know, our childhood, that tends to be, frankly, in a lot of ways toxic or troublesome, that has to do with the familiar and sticking to what is familiar, and by virtue of its familiarity, you know, associating it with safety. That's exactly what you need to not be doing, is falling back into those old familiar emotional patterns. You need to be stepping out of that, and just, you know, and not by efforting, but by just not being miserable. You know, like not assuming that, I'm not laughing at you, but, you know, I certainly know what that's like. But essentially not assuming failure and not assuming rejection, just keeping it cool. You know, just go do something that'll make you feel good. Go get yourself a nice coffee. Go, you know, go to the park, go for a walk, you know, go buy yourself a little treat. Do something to keep yourself happy and take it easy. If you can, you know, sort of keep it low key. Don't do more than you need to. Just kind of keep it, you know, keep it cool. And you also have this one, prosperity lies ahead. So that's fantastic. So it looks like you have good things coming up in both love, and money. So I think that's probably, I don't think that we need any clarifiers. I think that it's pretty clear. So I hope that has helped you guys, and I hope you're all doing well, and I will speak to you tomorrow.